The U.S. is calling for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council to discuss the ongoing crisis in Venezuela as deadly protests continue in the country's capital. This as President Trump says he's not ruling out a military option. One America's Emerald Robinson has that report from the White House.
Formally recognizing Juan Guaido as the president of Venezuela, the Trump administration is now looking to provide support for this new government, according to National Security Advisor John Bolton.
We're speaking with governments in this hemisphere which have overwhelmingly recognized the new constitutional government. We're talking to our colleagues in Europe and elsewhere to demonstrate widespread political support for the interim presidency, and we're moving to do everything we can to strengthen this new legitimate representative government.
And that means leaving current U.S. diplomats in Venezuela in place, despite calls for expulsion from Nicolas Maduro, according to Mauricio Claver Caron, head of Western Hemisphere Affairs on the National Security Council.
Nicolas Maduro is now a citizen of Venezuela, but is not recognized diplomat, and as such, whatever he says is frankly meaningless to us. What matters is what President Juan Guaido says. We're going to present our credentials to the new president of Venezuela, and we expect to stay upon his invitation.
Claver Caron also pointing to the seriousness of the situation, prompting the administration's decision.
This is the gravest humanitarian crisis that we have seen in the history of the Western Hemisphere, and the largest today in the world, more than that of Syria. You literally have 3.5 million refugees that are crossing the border on Colombia and moving elsewhere in South America. That number, if this situation does not have a good ending, could reach to 5, 6, 8 million people. This is a true humanitarian disaster that Nicolas Maduro has caused in Venezuela.
Claver Caron calling the president's recognition of Guaido historic.
This is extraordinary. This is historic. It shows the president's leadership, his commitment from day one to restoring democracy in Venezuela. This is something that he's been following since day one of his presidency, and it's one of great leadership. Venezuelans themselves, the people on the street, will tell you that they're extraordinarily grateful to President Trump for having showed leadership on this issue.
The president again expressing support for Venezuela in the cabinet room on Thursday. Now, Claver Caron said that the U.S. will be providing humanitarian aid now directly to Venezuela in hopes that with this new government, they can get it directly to the people that need it. And the Trump administration has also said that there's all options on the table. That would include a military option, while also not committing specifically to taking military action. Now, in regards to calls from Senator Marco Rubio to expel Maduro diplomats from the U.S., a State Department official told One American News that in regards to that, they will evaluate the situation and determine the appropriate response. Emerald Robinson, One American News, the White House.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.